Fermentation. When no electron acceptors are available, obligate anaerobes and facilitative anaerobes can still break down glucose to release energy through a process called fermentation. Fermentation begins just as cellular respiration does, with glycolysis. So remember that glycolysis results in 2 pyruvate molecules and 2 NADH molecules. Without an electron acceptor, the energy stored in these molecules can't be used. The net energy gain is just 2 ATP molecules. Remember, we had 2 that were invested and 4 produced, which nets a gain of 2. However, the pyruvate still needs to be cleared from the cell and the NADH converted back to NAD+ to begin another cycle. The process of doing this is called fermentation. No additional energy is released during this process. There are 2 types of fermentation: lactic acid fermentation and ethanol fermentation. Fermentation breaks down the products of glycolysis so that glycolysis can be repeated with another glucose molecule. So remember, 1 glucose molecule had yielded 2 ATPs, 2 pyruvates, and 2 NADHs. That's the input of the fermentation stage of anaerobic respiration. The pyruvates and NADHs are fermented into 2 NAD+ and either lactic acid or carbon dioxide and 2 ethanol. The result of the combined steps of glycolysis and fermentation is the input is 1 glucose and 2 ATP molecules. The output is 4 AT molecules for a net gain of 2 ATPs. In addition, lactic acid fermentation results in lactic acid. Ethanol fermentation results in ethanol and carbon dioxide. Cellular respiration and fermentation are similar, but the big difference is that for each glucose molecule, aerobic cellular respiration yields 36 to 38 ATPs. Fermentation yields only 2 ATPs. Examples of fermentation. Some anaerobic bacteria rely solely on fermentation, such as lactobacillus, which is used to make cheese and yogurt. The alcohol in wine, beer, etc. results from yeast, a facilitative anaerobe, undergoing ethanol fermentation. Bread rises due to the release of carbon dioxide bubbles by fermenting yeast. Your muscles burn after a strenuous workout because they can't get enough oxygen, so they perform lactic acid fermentation. Lactic acid results in soreness.